Here we go. Hey, everything on 3. Number 3. 1 on 1. Oh. 1 on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win it. I know the next step from that. Eyes on 3. Everything on 3. 1. Everything.
You are now listening to the Fantasy Football Bros Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Fantasy Football Bros Podcast. It's your boy.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Chaz, and with me, I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jay Coleman. Jay, what's up, dog?
What's up, guys?
And back all the way, an hour ahead of us, all the way back from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes.
We've got the no nickname, no nonsense.
It doesn't matter what you
What's up?
What up?
What's
Man?
going on, guys? Yeah, back. Feels good to be back on the show, man.
You learned how to tell
I know.
time.
I did, yeah.
And I don't know why.
It takes a minute to adjust, dude. When you're only here for a couple of days, you're like, oh, good, I got it. When you're here for longer, it's like, what time is it again?
Well, that excuse is in the book, so you can't use it again.
Yes, I can't use that anymore, but I will probably pull it out.
And for some reason, he's got his camera off, but we have with us the fantasy football surgeon. What's up, Zags?
What's up, boys? How's it going?
What is that
Hey.
dead rat?
Oh,
on
you're
your face,
looking-
bro.
I just, you boys kind of gave me a hard time a little bit about not being able to grow a beard. So I just want to say, joke's on you. This is 2 days of growth right here. So
Ladies and
Is it because we're in a matchup together?
it is indeed because we're in a matchup this week. I feel I need you to fear the beard the way that I had to fear the beard.
Well, I just want to let ladies and gentlemen know that I was kidding. That's not Dave Zags. That's Eric Weddle. We got Eric Weddle on the podcast, everybody.
I would have
friend of the show.
I would have a way better setup if I was Eric Weddle.
A little more musculature as well. Ooh.
Wow.
Ouch.
No,
Damn.
you're gonna leave. You're not gonna shave halfway through the episode, right?
No, this is I can't. This would take days to shave.
That's why we go to barbers. See, you were just mad because Jay shaved his face last week, and you wanted to become beardly. That's all.
I'm just saying, guys, there's been a lot of talk in the group chat about me and my inability to grow facial hair. So I just had to, you're not going to see this very often, but just every once in a while, I got to pull it out and show y'all what I got.
That's what she said.
Ayo.
Got him.
Got him. Well, we're recording on a Monday night, and I'm watching the beautiful Carolina Panthers run on the field right now. So let's be Nostradamus. Who's winning the Carolina Panthers New Orleans game?
New Orleans.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
Yeah, I have to go with the Saints as well.
I think that's a pretty easy one. But what about Cleveland and Pittsburgh? I think I'm going to go with Pittsburgh.
Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm going Cleveland.
Yeah,
Here.
I'm going Cleveland as well. I have to go a little biased here. I have Deshaun Watson going, so
That's fair, but I just know that Pittsburgh usually blows Cleveland. So
yeah, that Pittsburgh defense is just mean.
and we got a bad.
TJ Watt is an animal.
Oh, I'm looking on TV right now, and I see
Hey there, little fella.
he's ready to take score. But anyway, Pittsburgh, we got a bad taste in our mouth from last week because they got bullied by San Francisco, which is a better team. But I don't know if Cleveland's a better team than Pittsburgh. They're closer, at least. So, but that's just us being Nostradamuses. So, how's everybody doing today? How about we fill in about? How about
them Bills, baby? Let's go. Hey, let's
Yeah, it's about time.
about
Is everybody in a better mood?
A much better mood, and it was really good to see that we put together a complete game for once. Defense looked great, stopped the run. Josh Jacobs was held to -2 yards rushing. I don't really care what Zamir White did when he came in; doesn't affect me at all. Josh Allen looked a lot better. No mistakes, which was absolutely fantastic to see.
Josh
for
Allen
once,
looks like
run-
Josh Allen.
He looked like Josh Allen, making the right decisions, getting rid of the ball quickly. Um, Running game is there. It's shocking to most Bills fans, I think, because it hasn't been. It's only been Josh Allen, but it's really good to see that we have a decent run game.
Yeah.
So it's a really good, complete game all around yesterday. Definitely looking forward to that moving on in the season. So
I was lighting into the Bills from the week one over their defense and or
yeah,
lack thereof. So it was nice. It reminded me kind of like Bill Belichick Patriots defense. They knew going in, okay, they got a great receiver and they got a great running back. We're gonna just choose one to take away, and we chose Josh Jacobs to take away, and they fucking did it because
yeah,
-2 yards for the guy that led the league in rushing last year. I read a stat that that's the first time in the history of the NFL that a guy that led the league in rushing the next year had a game with negative yards.
negative yards. Yeah, it was a shock to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to see that stat line, but
Good thing
it's
he
really
got
good
that
to see.
contract.
Yeah.
So Jay, you are our man on the scene there. How was the stadium? Was it electric, or was it a little bit at first iffy because of the loss last week and then how they scored on their first drive?
So it was electric, and then they scored on that first drive, and it fucking went silent. And yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
I can see that.
And then the ball started rolling, and it got electric again. So
How I wasn't, usually I sit here in this recliner and I watch every snap of the Bills game and every other game on Red Zone. But I was working this weekend, so I didn't get to watch the whole game. So Jay, being in the stadium, I can only imagine how, we'll use the word electric again. How electric was James Cook?
I mean, it was a little frustrating at first, seeing like they like took him out for a little while, and then they put him back in, and like once they let him back in, I mean, he wasn't giving it back. Like he was just so smooth, like all the cuts and everything. I mean, he's fantastic.
And from the little bit that I watched, I saw him make big plays. I saw Harris, be hard to tackle, and I saw Latavius Murray running over people. So I'm not saying it's a committee; it's James Cook's job, but all three of them looked pretty good.
Yeah, they did.
And Josh's like two of Josh's touchdowns could have been Josh runs, and he didn't do it. Like he scrambled and threw it.
Yeah, I noticed that too, and I think that's really good for the program, to be honest. And I think it's finally, we're like, okay, Josh doesn't always have to run, and he's seeing the field. There was a couple plays that there was one play in particular. I think it was the double team on Knox. We had Stephon Diggs wide open in the back of the end zone. So I'm almost wondering if he's really not seeing. I think he's seeing like 75% of the field as opposed to 100% of the field, but which is a lot better than it has been, because his first instinct was always to just run when he's in trouble. And yesterday's game, he kept his eyes downfield and he was hitting receivers, and especially on that Khalil Shakir touchdown, I think he actually looked to run there as well. But as he looked up, he saw Shakir coming across the field and hit him on an in route towards the middle of the field there. So that was really good to see. Really, really nice progress from the Bills from week 1 to week 2.
Yeah, I think they did an excellent job of spreading the ball around.
Well, yeah, and I was gonna say, like I was saying last week, I really do stick to what I said, that whether it was for good or bad reasons, Josh was only focused on Diggs last week. I was saying it was either because Diggs was whiny or because Josh didn't trust anybody. But I felt like that trust was there this week, and I see, Shakir gets a touchdown, Davis gets a touchdown, Knox gets a touchdown, like really spread the ball around, and that was awesome.
Yeah, Kincaid had some great catches.
That guy's awesome.
So I mean,
he's going to be very good in this league.
The entire receiving corps participated for the most part, which they didn't in week 1.
Well, not my
So-
sleeper, Deontay Hardy, but he's got his time. He's got his time coming. Dave, as a former Bills fan, what do you think about the game?
I think this one really has to do with the turnover battle. I mean, we won the turnover battle, and that's key to football. Josh protected the ball, everybody protected the ball. The defense made some big turnovers, made some big stops, got the ball back when we needed it. Yeah, I mean, if the Bills keep playing the way that they should be playing, which is what we saw in week 2, they're going to be really tough to beat.
And are you still not a Bills fan?
I'm still a casual Bills fan. I'm not going to retract on that. I just go Bills. Love the Bills. All right, but I'm prioritizing Dave number 1 this season, and I know I'm going to get a ton of hate about it, but it's all right.
Dave's putting his mental health first.
Well, as everybody knows, my second team is the Raiders, and the Bills just crushed the Raiders, and now the Raiders are in a first place tie for the AFC West. But hey, whatever. I'm happy. I'd rather root for the Bills. But I got incoming here, guys, a live play from the Browns and Cleveland game that starts in an hour, but nobody knows that. Let's hear what's going on. And the ball is snapped, and Kenny Pickett drops back, and here comes Myles Garrett around the edge, and oh my God!
Oh my God, they've killed Kenny.
Sorry. I'm terrible. Am I terrible?
I hope so. I hope that happens.
That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. I mean, I know
Yeah,
some
I'm
people
pretty
are
sure.
yeah, I know some people are high on Pittsburgh, but that defense, that Cleveland D looked nasty in this game. I feel like this is probably, I'm not a huge fan of having 2 games on at one time, but this is probably the best week to do it because this Cleveland Pittsburgh game is going to be an absolute fucking snooze fest. Like, I would not be surprised if this is 13-3, like halfway through the 4th quarter.
You mean more snooze fest than Cleveland and Cincinnati in week 1?
Yeah, but at least Cleveland scored points in that one, make it a little bit more exciting. I agree with Dave. Division games are always tough anyway, and even both of these games on right now. I have the Saints game on in the background here, and I won't be surprised if both of these games are low scoring.
No, I actually think the Saints and the Patriots or the Panthers game might be a little high scoring, but let's not talk about it because people are
We'll see.
going to be watching the game after. What was I going to say? Dave, what is wrong with your boy, Joe Burrow?
You know, I gotta, week 1, I defended him. Week 2, get it together, bro. You're making me look bad. Like, you're making me look bad at this point. I'm not sugarcoating it at all. I have no idea what's going on with Joe Burrow.
They said he re-aggravated that calf injury that bothered him.
That was at the end of the game.
Yeah, but
so we had 4 quarters of looking like.
Was it still aggravated during the game? He just didn't say anything, or I don't know what's going on there.
Or did he finally realize that I'm looking like shit, so I'm going to start limping? Was that possible?
It is actually a possibility. I mean, I think Burrow turns it around. We saw some flashes. We saw some great plays from T. Higgins. We saw the few catches that Jamar Chase had look good. I mean, it's there. I just don't understand why he's not able to put it all together right now.
And I agree, he's going to turn it around. And there's missing point. There's missing points. I mean, T. Higgins had the 2 touchdowns. T. Higgins almost had a 3rd touchdown, and Jamar Chase almost had a touchdown. And with a great play, it was a great throw by Burrow and a great play by the cornerback from the Ravens. So, if Jamar Chase catches that ball, he's got almost 20 points. Nobody cares. Nobody's talking shit.
Yeah.
It's whatever, but it's more like I'm not worried about Chase. I'm worried that Burrow. I'm worried, I guess, more that me, who considers himself an amateur, I don't know, like defensive mind, football mind, who kind of knows schemes and zones. I've been saying for years that offense is way too vanilla and can be stopped and figured out. So maybe these professional minds have figured that out. And it doesn't mean they're going to be shut down completely, but it won't mean they won't be like they were last year. So that's what I'm worried about. Jay, what is it you're feeling on Joe Burr?
He's trash.
All right, this is a perfect start to our new segment. Jay hates everything. Joe Burrow.
I hate him. I mean, I don't really care because I don't have him or anything, but he's bad right now. It's ugly.
And I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you guys, I have Burrow in one league I don't really care about. But I did take Chase, and am I regretting it right now? No, because Chase will get his. It'll happen. I don't see Chase scoring 9 points every week, but if Burrow does not, like, honestly, right now, and I know Adam's gonna argue me this probably without even watching, but maybe he won't. Lamar Jackson's throwing the ball better than Burrow right now. And I don't think I would ever said that. I never would have said that. There were some dimes that Lamar threw in that game. That one throw to Flowers to the left side between the double coverage was gorgeous. And like,
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna deny the fact that Lamar looked good yesterday. I mean, I watch football. I can see with my eyes that he was out there making plays, and Joe Burrow was not. So
to be fair, like
I'm
every
not gonna argue
quarterback-
everything. I don't like Lamar. I think he's overrated.
and I think Burrow is
That's where I
overrated.
stand with Lamar.
And they're both trying to
I
show it.
I never said Burrow was like this superstar, God Almighty quarterback. Is he good? Yeah, of course he is. They wouldn't have paid him if he wasn't. But I agree with Dave. He's got to get it together. It's week 2 now, and you lost bad 2 weeks in a row on a team that is supposed to have this fire, this all hands on deck firepower superstar offense.
And they lost 2 games in a row, and they're basically 0-4 because they lost 2 division games. So they lost 2 division games with a very strong division. And that's going to be hard to get back. And one of those was a home game, or were they both home games? At least the one was.
No, Cleveland was home last week, and then they were wait. Yeah.
No, last week they were in Cleveland. This week they were home. I think. But either way, so they
I'm pretty sure they were in Baltimore. Either way, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares about the Bengals.
yeah. Well,
But I have to, and what Dave said, like even last week, he's going to turn around. I think we all know that we know football. Like he's not going to be like this forever. And if he is, that's a problem somewhere else. And who knows? But hopefully he can get it together.
Well, here's a question for you, Dave. After 2 weeks, of course, who's the best offense in the AFC? I mean, to me, I'll give these guys all a second to think about it. To me, it looks, even though week 1 is awful, it looked like the Bills.
That's what I was going to say. It looks like the Bills, and I know that's going to be a convoluted answer because week 1 they looked so terrible, but I think like week 2 they showed what everybody was expecting. So I'm going to go with the Bills. I think it's the best offense in the AFC. The thing with Burrow is like, I know I'm standing by Burrow a little bit. Week 1, he's always trash. And week 2, I mean, he played Baltimore. The Cleveland Baltimore games are hard-hitting defensive games. A lot of times it's a division game. It's a tough game. He usually struggles there. I'm looking at week 3. Like if Joe Burrow does not put it together week 3 Monday night against the Rams, I'm nervous. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm nervous for all his owners who took him early. I've seen him go as early as the 3rd round, right after everybody else. So it was crazy that he got drafted so high, and people are not having to deal with quarterback issues when they have Joe Burrow on their roster. And they're searching the waiver wire for a quarterback here to see who they can put in for Joe Burrow.
I got their answer.
All you need is love.
That's all you need. Go out there and get him if you're afraid of Joe Burrow. Seriously, because he's going to be gone.
Yeah, if he's not rostered, he's definitely a good option.
Here's a wild stat, guys. After 2 weeks in the NFL, who's leading the NFL in touchdown passes?
All you need is love.
Who would have thunk? I know it's 2 weeks, but still,
Who would have thunk?
it's wild.
He's actually tied for first.
Well, yes. Well, who's he tied? Who's he tied?
Kirk and
Oh,
Yeah, Kirk Cousins gonna have 51 touchdowns and like 6,500 yards and lose every single game this season.
That's wild.
Real wild stuff. All right, so So we need to bring up, and I'm going to get to this later, but we do need to bring up the biggest injury news of the week, and that is we got lucky. We meaning me and Jay for sure, but all us Saquon Barkley stands that it was announced today that he has I think they called it a normal ankle sprain.
It
not
is a normal ankle sprain. It's not a high ankle sprain, so you can keep him out 2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3
But
weeks.
it's Saquon Barkley, guys are freaks, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's a week and a half.
Yeah, but so here's my take on Barkley. I was so relieved when I heard that because that even looked like it could have been a broken ankle because he got rolled up on. But he's a tough guy. Hopefully he takes his time. 2 to 3 weeks. I'm looking at it at 2 weeks because from the moment he got hurt, they're playing on Thursday. He was out on Thursday.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
so that he was already out of my lineup in my head for that. So 2 more weeks and Quan's back. Cool. Like that is not detrimental. We got spared. And I'm looking at Saquon coming back as a firehouse to get his contract for next year. So if you got Quan, and if you can trade for Saquon, load it up, baby, because I think he's going to take the league by storm when he comes back because he's trying to get his contract for next year, especially after this injury scare.
Yeah, and he looked great before he went out. And I will just
Oh, he sure did.
I will just throw this out here. I tossed this in the group chat too. Matt Breida probably going to be one of the most added waiver priorities this week. Fucking fade on that, dude. Don't
I will not be picking up Matt Breida.
I want to throw it out there. If you got like first waiver priority or whatever, do not waste that shit on Matt Breida. He's been in this position before. He sucked every single time. Barkley would be back. Let somebody else take that nonsense.
The way you just described Matt Breida, I'm going to do here. I got a little new segment I'm throwing off on the cuff. This is for me, but if anyone else has one, you can throw it in here. This is called the Fantasy Graveyard. AJ Dillon, okay? I don't have you in any league because I faded you completely because I used to be a big stan of yours. Anytime, AJ Dillon, that you and your big fucking thighs get the chance to start a game when Aaron Jones is hurt, you just fucking just over and over and over and over and over again. If Aaron Jones is there, you're all right. You're all right. And then it's like, oh, Aaron Jones is hurt. Oh my God, AJ Dillon finally is gonna get his chance for the 9th fucking time and get, what did he have? 60 rushing yards?
Maybe.
Yeah, no touchdowns.
AJ Dillon for sure is in the fantasy graveyard for me. So I know that was just a segment off the top of my head, but like, if you guys ever
No, I dig it. I
like
dig that.
Yeah,
I
dig
love
it.
that.
We should make that a thing.
done,
Yeah,
dead,
I agree.
dead to me, bro. Dad, you can't even show up for that. Like, come on. And that's all I gotta say. All right. Does anyone else have a fantasy graveyard off the top of their head?
No.
That's
I mean, off the top of my head, no, but maybe later on in the show when I haven't been to think about it. But
unprepared.
I think we're good with one fantasy graveyard per episode.
Josh Kelly for me.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Everybody.
So how about the entire Chargers team for me?
Everybody that I told that I took Austin Eckler in a league was like, you don't know anything about the Chargers. They're gonna run Josh Kelly. Blah 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 blah. Josh Kelly is a fucking turd. Like he is the same exact thing. He finally gets his chance with Austin Eckler out, and he puts up just an absolute turd. And I'm just like, this is insane. Austin Eckler is the man. I know Josh Kelly got some run. He got some run on a weak defense when Austin Eckler tweaked his ankle. Dead. You're dead to me, Josh Kelly.
Do you know off the top of your head, Dave, or I can look it up? Is he on your fantasy football bros team?
He's on one of my teams.
Eckler is, I think, right?
He's on one of my teams because I grabbed him this week for the injured Austin Eckler.
In that one, I'm just gonna look up his stats real quick because I don't know what he did actually. So here he is. All right. So Josh Kelly this week had 13 attempts for 39 yards and 1 target.
Yep.
So we know both of them had a big rushing attack in week 1. And but I'm sticking to what I said, that was because they wanted to keep the Dolphins off the field. This team is going to be a hell of a passing team, and they were hell of a passing team this week. And I just think that's, I mean, look, moving forward, you're not going to get a lot of rushing stuff from both guys, from either guy. And I don't, and I think you're going to have to live off of less targets and receptions for Austin Eckler.
I don't know. Austin Eckler had a really nice game last week. It's
'Cause they-
unfortunate with the injury because
ran
I'm pretty sure but that's what they do when they have Austin Eckler. You faded Eckler in the beginning of the season, but here he is week 1. He's got like 140 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I just think that was game plan because they could not, because they have the most overrated defense in the NFL by far. I mean, J.C. Jackson is just awful. I mean, oh.
Yeah, I know like Eckler's targets are going to be reduced, but if Austin Eckler is healthy for that game, he does not get 1 target.
Yeah, fair. I mean, what did he get the week before? 4?
He does not get 1 target, and he does a lot more with his 13 touches than 39 yards and no touchdowns.
Agreed.
Yeah,
No
and
argument.
I'm salty on Josh Kelly right now. I don't know what the deal is. Josh Kelly, I'm sorry, bro. You should just change your name to not Austin Eckler, and you're in my fantasy graveyard. You will be dropped tomorrow.
All right.
Boom.
All right. Well, how about we get a little high?
Oh man, what? I'm so high right now. I have no idea what's going on.
All right. Which one of you guys want to start this?
I'll start, I guess. I'll start because it has to do with the old Tennessee Titans and Mike Vrabel.
Your favorite team, by the way.
Yeah. Tighten up.
Tighten up.
Constantly making these decisions on 4th down that are nearly costing his team the game. Last week it did cost them the game. This week they were lucky enough to get the win in overtime, and I'm going to talk about that later because when I dunk on the fucking Los Angeles Chokers, we'll get into that. But Mike Vrabel, what are you doing to your team here, pal? This guy likes to go for it on 4th down when he likes to punt it when he should be going for it on 4th down. He likes to go for it on 4th down when he should be kicking a field goal. They didn't need to bring it to overtime this week if he just kicks a field goal. It was like a 4th and 3 or something like that. He decides to go for it. They don't make it. Turnover on downs, goes back to the Chargers. Well, later on, they need those 3 points when they kick the field goal to tie the game. The game could have been over, but he continues to put his team in situations where nobody knows what he's doing. So I'm so high right now. Mike Vrabel, get your shit together, man. Come on now.
I'm so high right now. All right, Jay, what are you getting high on?
Me? I don't know if you guys seen it, but the clip of Jordan Love under center, like he's fucking 20 beers deep, fucking teetering over and shit. That's
Well, no, are you talking about the clip where Jordan Love goes to pull the ball to do the tush push and the guy doesn't hike it?
Oh, is that what happened? But he like falls over
Yeah.
and falls over.
So
Yeah.
they're doing like the tush push thing, and the guy doesn't hike it, and so he just like goes and dives and falls. Absolutely,
Yeah. I'm so high.
what a good one. That's a good one. Oh, I just saw the Browns are wearing those nice looking white jerseys tonight. All right, Dave, what are you getting high on?
Dude, I'm so high right now on Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad, but also that Kansas City defense isn't good. It's it's okay, but it's not great. And for Trevor Lawrence to go 200 yards, no touchdowns, I'm perplexed. I don't understand it. It's like a mythical thing to me of like how this dude did not find the end zone one time against the Kansas City defense. The whole thing is just nonsense.
There was 3 non-touchdowns in that game, if I remember. I believe Zay Jones had his tippy toes out 2 different times. And
that was a crazy sequence of plays. It was like almost right. I felt like it was like almost right in a row. It's like can't get the feet down, can't get the feet down, can't get the feet down. I'm like, what is happening here?
Yeah. It's like that's why I'm not mad. Like I'm not like he's not my dunked on because it's Trevor Lawrence. I believe in him. He's gonna be great. He's shown that he's gonna be great this season. I'm not mad at all. It's just one of those like Like, really, bro? Like no touchdowns? How do we go? How do we have this whole game with no touchdowns? It just was mind numbing to me.
Oh, wait for it.
Mind-boggling, isn't it?
Yeah, it was absolutely insane. So Trevor Lawrence, I love you. Season outlook looks good. I just, for whatever reason, that game was just a total mind complex of how he did not get one score there.
All right. And I'm going to get high, and I touched on it a little bit earlier, but I'm going to really get into it now. And I was deciding if this one's going to be high or get dunked on, but I'm going to go high with this one. Brian Dayball. Okay. All right, bro. So you and your offense is complete in this comeback, and Saquon's looking great, and DJ's looking great, and all of a sudden, like, you guys are I can't remember exactly if it was going for the tie, but I think it was going for the win. But either way, you were going to get a field goal to either tie or win. So you're going down the field, and all of a sudden you hand off to Saquon, and Saquon Barkley busts this like 20-yard run to get you into easy field goal range. So what do you do in the next play? You run him up the middle and let him get rolled up on, and almost lost him for the fucking year. When you were already in field goal range, you were running the clock down basically just to kick a field goal. That's when you fucking put in Matt Breida, bro. That's where Matt Breida belongs at that point. Not your $1 million, $10 million running back who is your whole offense and is oft injured, I guess we could say. So the fact that you are running Saquon Barkley within the 30-yard line to run the clock out to kick a field goal, that was you are so high right now, and you dodged a bullet. Because if you guys lose Saquon Barkley, forget about it.
Agreed.
Do you think it has anything to do with him just like not trusting Matt Breida in that situation, though?
Who cares? Hold the ball. Kneel it. Then kneel it. Like, you don't. I don't know. That was unnecessary risk, and I'm not even exaggerating, guys. I was sitting there, I was watching that game a little bit, and I saw that big run, and I got excited, and then I seen him line up again, and I'm like, what are they doing? Why are they handing the ball off to Saquon? And then I see him on the ground. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I thought it was a donezo. So that was a high play. So
yeah, well, they're going to be in trouble even the next couple weeks without him. I don't know if they can complete any comebacks like they did. It was Arizona, so I'm not really surprised. But yeah,
Daniel Jones earning his money.
yeah.
So I was going to bring this up earlier real quick about our during our Joe Burrow conversation. There's 4 quarterbacks playing tonight, right?
Right.
Right now on the week, Dave, where's Joe Burrow as quarterback rankings for the week?
Oh, Jesus. 18, 19?
No.
Jay.
28.
He's not that low this week.
28.
He's got.
What you got, Adam?
I don't know. I think he's like 12.
20.
Oh, wow.
Joe Burrow for the week is the 20th best quarterback fantasy points and could finish 24th because of these games.
True.
I got him at 28 on the rankings I'm looking at. That's why.
Okay, so I was just talking but that's wild. That might be 28 for the year too, but I don't know. But like, just wild stuff. I just wanted to bring that up. So let's bring it up.
Crazy.
He just wanted to twist the Joe Burrow thorn in my side just one last time.
Just a little bit. I just wanted to.
Yeah, you just wanted to ruin half of my get dunked on segment. That's okay.
I just wanted your mustache to peel off a little bit. But let's go to a little bit of positivity. How about that?
For a victory lap.
And I'm going to start the victory lap because it kind of goes along with what I was just speaking about with the Giants. I'm giving my victory lap to Daniel Jones. Big comeback at the end of the game for the win. Daniel Jones right now is your number 1 quarterback in fantasy football on the week. The dude had, was it 3 or 2 passing touchdowns, 350 yards, 60 yards rushing, and a rushing touchdown. This is fantasy football, guys. Whether you like or not like goofy ass Daniel Jones, those are fantasy numbers we would all love to have on our team. He's not going to do it every week. That's why he's still always ranked a little lower. But when Daniel Jones turns it on, this guy is one of the better quarterback fantasy football options when he's on fire. So I just wanted to take a victory lap.
Or when he's playing the Arizona Cardinals.
Sure. And I want to take a victory lap to show to Daniel. Hey man, he was 8th quarterback.
I mean, great comeback for them, and that was really good to see. So
I want
fun to watch, actually.
Daniel Jones a little love. So what are you taking a victory lap at him?
My victory lap this week, it's going to be the Buffalo Bills. Kyle Brand always says on his show, week 1's a liar, right? Week 2 tells the truth. I think week 2 really does, and it was really good to see the Bills put together a complete game. I know we talked about it earlier, so I'm not going to touch on it too much, but it is my victory lap this week to see the running game get going the way it should. Josh spreading the ball out to all his receivers, not hyper focusing on Stephon Diggs like he did last week. Defense played a great game. They held the number 1 rusher from a season ago to -2 yards. And then they just took him out at the end of the game anyway. Something that Daboll should have done when he's, running the clock out. Protect your guys. But it was a really good overall victory for the Bills, and obviously not being in Buffalo anymore, it's good to see from anywhere. So victory lap goes out to the Bills. Ken Dorsey, great play calling. Josh Allen limited the mistakes. Love to see it. Victory lap goes out to the Bills.
Josh Allen kicked in the door and said, "I'm back."
He sure did.
That's what he did.
Yeah, he did.
That's a great drop. We gotta use that more.
I know I don't use that one.
Yeah.
Whose song is it, Adam? Whose song is that from? I'm
back. Isn't that Eric Bischoff? It's Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, hey, there you go.
Come on.
Did you know that, Jay?
No, I don't.
Did you know that, Dave?
I did not know.
There you go. That's why we love it. It's a great drop. All right, Dave, what do you got?
My victory lap this week, I'm gonna throw it out there.
Your hormones for growing the beard in 2 days.
Yeah. This is uncomfortable, guys. You guys really like this? You live your whole life like this? This is terrible. I can't stop touching it.
I like it, but let me tell you what, man, the ladies like it.
I can't. I'm constantly like grooming it. Like it's like I need to put it into. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, whatever. My victory lap this week is the one and only Mr. Mike Evans. We were super high on these Tampa wide receivers.
Love Mike Evans.
Yeah, we were super high on these Tampa wide receivers before the season started. I took a lot of Mike Evans this year as my wide receiver too. I just really believed in him. I mean, the guy's done nothing but put up 1,000-yard seasons, and the people that I talked to about fantasy really thought that I was just absolutely lost my mind for believing.
You're crazy. Baker Mayfield's nothing. You're out of your mind.
Yeah, just
I heard it all too, and I
absolutely lost my mind for thinking that Mike Evans would produce as a wide receiver too. And he ended up as the second wide receiver this week in fantasy scoring. Absolutely destroyed the game week 1. He still looked great. So I'm taking a victory lap on Mike Evans. He was a great value. He's produced. And I think he's going to keep that going.
Yeah. Mike Evans is always my fantasy crush every season. And unfortunately my dumbass took Godwin instead. When I had the perfect opportunity to take Mike Evans,
that'll pay,
and I didn't. But I mean, I'm not worried about Godwin either. He still had a decent stat line yesterday. It wasn't great, 5 for 58, but he still had 8 targets, so I love it. But yeah, Mike Evans, that's a good one, Dave. I love me some Mike Evans too. Always have. I'll definitely be trying to trade for him in the near future. So
it's coaching, guys. These defenses are daring Baker Mayfield to beat him with the deep ball, and Baker Mayfield kicked in the door and said, "I'm back," and he did it. That's really what's happening there.
Yeah, and Rashad White looked great too. So I mean, this Tampa offense, I mean, people are really, really down on it, and I don't know, it's looking better than was initially thought.
Absolutely, and
I totally agree.
And don't panic on Chris Godwin; he'll be fine.
No, I'm not panicking on Chris Godwin either, but being a fantasy crusher of mine, Mike Evans. Like, I'm like, why didn't I take Mike Evans when I took Chris Godwin? I would have been just fine. But
I have Mike
Godwin will get his too, and I'm not worried.
I have Mike Evans on my bench in one league because he's my wide receiver 4. So, and he is.
I mean,
because I'm not going to start him over Keenan Allen, Jamar Chase, or Amon-Ra St. Brown. So he's my wide receiver 4. So it is what it is.
better get the trade talks out.
Good bye week replacement. All right.
Yeah, we talked about the late round value on the Tampa wide receivers, and it's paying off. So
Sure did.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Jay,
definitely.
what are you taking a lap on?
My victory lap is on Brian. I just got shot in the ass, Robinson.
Hey,
Fucking
huge game from the kid.
3rd overall in scoring for fantasy running backs on the season so far. Chaz doubted the pick when I took him. He was like, "Oh, they got Antonio Gibson now. Put fucking Gibson in the fantasy graveyard because he's fucking done."
By the way, I just got shot in the ass. Brian Robinson, number 1 on the week.
Number 1 on the week, number 3 for the season so far.
So that victory lap goes to me because Jay texted me in the middle of like about noon and is like, "Bro, I can't change my lineup because Christian Watson, I think it was pronounced out. Could you do it as a commissioner?" And I was like, "Sure. Who do you want?" He's like, "I don't know. Who do I have?" And I was like, I just got shot in the ass." He's like, "That's fine. Put him in." Yeah. So you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah,
Still
Jay
my
in this.
decision.
I'm at this. Yeah, Jay in this. I'm at the stadium. Can't get any service bullshit to change my roster.
Yo,
like,
fucking-
what are we doing here, Jay?
Bro, it
Come
is.
on.
It's dude. I don't. This year has been the worst. We're only 1 week into the season, dude. No one that I was with could get fucking service yesterday. It was
Unbelievable.
outrageous.
Yeah.
They need to put Wi-Fi in the parking lots. That's what they need to do.
They need to do something because it was horrendous.
Well, you got to think about it. It's not just us fantasy guys. I mean, there's the betting guys, like the NFL obviously is embracing betting if you've ever watched a game.
True.
So
There's 1,000 there's 1,000 commercials on DraftKings and
that fucking
FanDuel and all that.
That helicopter flying around fucking tracking the traffic must have been sucking up all the fucking Wi-Fi.
You're probably right.
All right. Well, that just leaves one final segment till we get to the end, and that is a little more aggressive.
Oh,
Get dunked on, bro.
You seem ready, Adam.
I am ready. I will start once again. I was going to dunk on the Chargers, but there's nothing left to say. They suck. And they
Yes,
they don't suck. They can't win a game. Ridiculous. But my get dunked on this week, and I just remembered an article that I read about, I'm bringing it up, Bills Mafia getting dunked on today. And the reason being is because I read an article that somebody hopped the fence at the new stadium construction site and fell into a hole and had to get excavated out.
You
Did
forgot
you-
to
did-
mention that he was naked.
You also forgot to mention that he was wasted, high on weed,
Right.
cocaine, and
Right.
LSD.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. Bills Mafia.
He was
You
also
just
covered in shit.
continue. You continue to amaze me, and I don't understand how you keep doing it week after week. I just have 2 words: be better. I am so sick of this Bills Mafia narrative that all they do is like to jump through tables. Well, you're not wrong. All they do is like to get covered in ketchup and mustard. Well, you're not wrong. They like to jump construction sites on a new stadium and almost kill themselves when they fall into a freaking hole. They like to slide down railings from the 2nd level and fall off the if you guys remember that from a while back.
Yeah.
They fall off the 2nd level of the stadium. Bills Mafia, are you kidding me, man? Just you are going to be the reason why tailgating will be illegal in the future.
Hey, to be fair,
And I stand by that statement. And listen, I love the Buffalo Bills. I am part of Bills Mafia. You will not see me jump through a table. You will not see me get covered in ketchup and mustard. You will not see me do anything stupid and jump over a construction wall and fall into a hole.
well, it's because you're a Titan fan now, but
We're
that's
tighten up.
here nor
Tighten
there.
up.
You need to take it easy with the Titan stuff.
To be fair, though, it was one guy out of like 70,000 fans, so that's kind of
Listen, I totally
kinda good.
understand. But that one guy is
yeah.
the reason why he's getting dunked on is because I heard about
Yeah, exactly.
I got.
You heard about that one guy, and that
Yeah.
one guy did his job for Bills Mafia. If he wanted to go viral, and he certainly did, because he fell into a hole and it went crazy. Because I got it up on every news feed known to man.
That's what happens when you're on 17 drugs. You're naked. You're covered in shit and fucking porta potty blue dye.
I get it though. Like there is
Way to go, Bills Mafia.
there is a connotation where it's a little bit embarrassing sometimes to be like, "What's your favorite team?"
It
Like,
is.
I like the Bills, but I'm not like one of those guys.
Yeah, I do the same thing. And when it's the minute I say Buffalo Bills, they go, "Oh man, how about those tailgates?" I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess, but how about that Josh Allen guy or that James Cook guy who's coming around and
Like my
Stephon Diggs still too, and and so it's like, let's talk about that and not talk about what happens in the parking lots or across the street in the construction site. It's like, give me a break, man.
Let's talk about my tailgates. I just sit around and watch Jay be grouchy around the fire drinking beer. Like that's my tailgates.
And what a great tailgate that is.
I think that
Anyway,
the number one
Bills
thing
Mafia get dunked on again.
the number one thing, Bills Mafia, is just like act like you've been there before, bro. You can support the team, you can have fun, you can have a good time, but like let's class it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
I agree, Dave, 100%. Like, I don't have no problem at a tailgate. Go through a table every once in a while. It's funny. It's hilarious. We, that we're known for whatever. But like when you start getting into stupid shit like that, that's where I'm like, oh man, that's just embarrassing. It's like then you got guys fighting all over the place because somebody in the parking lot, they bumped into him in the freaking. He took 8 minutes to take a pee instead of 4. Like, come on.
8-minute pee is pretty impressive, actually.
I mean, you never know when you got a lot of alcohol in your system.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I'd be impressed.
All right.
All right, Dave, take it away then. What are you dunking on?
We're dunking. I'm doing my dunk right now.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna shave for this because I don't think you can understand the level of anger that I have with me having that on.
That's perfect for the get dunked on.
No, the people need to know that I'm serious right now. I know that this is not a betting podcast, but somebody needs to report on this. Sean McVay.
Yep, Sean McVay. I thought you were going there.
If you are watching this, I want you to get so fucking close right now. I know, dude. I fucking know what you did, dude. For people that don't know, the spread on the Rams Niners game, 9.5 minus 9.5 San Fran. Down 10, we have 3 seconds left. What does Sean McVay do but kick a meaningless fucking field goal as time expires to do absolutely nothing except for cover the fucking spread? You have 0 chance to win that game. You are down 10. There's 3 seconds left. Dude, I fucking know. I don't know who did it for you, whether you had a friend place that bet, or I don't know how you're getting the money from this, but I fucking know. And I want you to get so close right now. If I ever see you, dude, I'm the Sean McVay. You are getting dunked on, and we fucking know. And this needs to be investigated. This is bullshit.
Oh wow! I thought actually when I was thinking about today, I thought you were going there. I really did. So I'm happy you went there. I'm happy.
As soon as we got the text in the group chat, I was like, oh boy.
Do you know how many parlays I had ruined because I had the Niners minus 9.5? 4.
Jesus.
All of my other legs hit in all 4 of them, dude. Sean McVay.
So the worst part.
Can you see I'm getting red talking about this?
The worst part of that, Dave, is that I saw the line as low as 7.5, minus 7.5 for the 49ers, and they still cover that with the 3 points. So imagine being like somebody who took it at 7.5, and then they kick this field goal and it's minus 7. It's like, you've got to be absolutely joking.
All I'm saying is, Sean McVay, we know, and this needs to be investigated. Get dunked on.
Get dunked on, Sean McVay. All right, Jay. What are we dunking on, bro?
Well, even though you ruined half of my segment, I'm dunking on Joey B, man.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Do it.
I mean, your $300 million QB for the season, you're ranked 28th, and the 4 quarterbacks after you haven't even played this week yet. And if they all score 10 points or less, you'll be the last place quarterback in fantasy, making $300 million.
Awful.
Fucking
Wow.
Mac Jones is higher than him. Zach Wilson.
Zach freaking Wilson. He scored
Dude.
10 points, by the way, against that Dallas defense.
I mean, you can't be a $300 million quarterback. I mean, you're basically probably going to be last place in scoring after tonight.
And have 2 of the best wide receivers in the league.
Yeah. So fucking get dunked on.
Very apropos, and he deserves it.
And we welcome you back to the Let's Lean on the Cincinnati Bengals podcast. I'm Adam Van Houten. I'm here with the boys.
I was the only one on the train. Last year, I'm the only one hating on the Bengals and the only one hating on Sean McDermott. But welcome to this team, boys. Welcome. I'm not hating on Sean McDermott this week. He coached a good game, but he's not out of my crosshairs yet. Anyway,
he's not on anybody's crosshairs. And neither are the Bengals. The Bengals are going to be locked in every week.
He's not who I'm dunking on. I'm dunking on another coach that I tend to dunk on often. And that coach is Senior Bumbles himself, Dan Campbell. And I'm going to dunk on the entire Detroit Lions team, front office in general. Let me paint you a picture, if I will, guys. Hi, I'm Dan Campbell. Brr, I'm such a brilliant mind. Brr, fuck you, DeAndre Swift. You suck. Brr, I like this Jahmyr Gibbs guy, even though they're literally almost the same running back. Brr, so this is what I'm going to do. DeAndre Swift, trading you for a 4th-round pick. Ha, ha, ha. I'm going to get Jahmyr Gibbs. Oh, Jalen Carter's on the board. Nah. I'm going to trade down. I don't need Jalen Carter. Nah. I don't need Bijan Robinson. Nah. All right, I traded down. Yeah, we're going to freak out because I got Jahmyr Gibbs. Yes! Now I got another young running back that I'm not going to fucking use. And the fucking Philadelphia Eagles got Jalen Carter, who's already tearing up the league, and DeAndre Swift, who ran for 175 yards in his first start. And Jahmyr Gibbs is doing nothing. Because that's Dan fucking Campbell. He's a fucking...
Well, that's because David Montgomery is clearly the better choice.
Because Dan Campbell is a fucking idiot. And that whole team, I might just be focusing on Dan Campbell. Do you know, guys, bring in closer if I have any producers here. Do you know how much better the Detroit Lions would be if they had DeAndre Swift as their running back? Maybe he's worse than Jahmyr Gibbs. Maybe if it was a Manning rating, Jahmyr Gibbs is like an 85 and DeAndre Swift's like an 83. Okay, I'll say Jahmyr Gibbs is better, which I don't believe. I'll give it for the benefit of the doubt. But do you know how much better that team would be with DeAndre Swift on a rookie contract and Aiden Hutchinson and Jalen Carter on the fucking defensive line? That would be one of the best defenses in the NFL. And this fucking moron tries to outthink everybody, drafts the same running back, gains a 4th-round pick, and misses out on the probably defensive rookie of the year. I know it's 2 weeks, but that guy looks unstoppable. So, Dan Campbell, please, as per always, get fucking dunked on, you moron.
After we just praised the Lions for beating the Chiefs last week, they couldn't come out and beat the Seahawks.
I knew this was going to happen. I knew they were going to lose to the Seahawks. Week 1.
Oh yeah, I took Seahawks -5.5 all day.
Yeah, it's such a fluky. Week 1 was fluky. I love me some Amon-Ra. Other than that,
I'll tell you what, Jared Goff looks decent. I'm not gonna say great, but he looks decent.
Yeah,
he still has some good throws. He's making some good plays. He had Reynolds on a great seam route, absolute rope. In my other league, I'll be starting Jared Goff next week, so there's that.
The Lions are the Chargers. I mean, it comes down to coaching. They have talent on the team. They just always find a way to lose.
Yeah.
Awful coaching. And if you guys are excited, rubbing your nipples because you got Jahmyr Gibbs, go ahead and start him. And he'll get you the 9 points. He's not the number one running back. Whoever's underneath him, is it Craig Reynolds? That's the number one running back. And whoever guy they bring off the street, whether it's Leonard Fournette or fucking Jerome Bettis, that's going to be the number one fucking running back. They're not going to give it to fucking Jahmyr Gibbs. And also, they don't have Jalen Carter, okay? So they're idiots.
You have a better chance of starting at running back than Jahmyr Gibbs.
Maybe, but I'd be kind of technically a rookie too, but I am bumbly, so that might be.
Yeah, but you're old, so I mean,
It
Dan
is
Campbell's like, I like this old guy.
I think that Dan Campbell. Oh, I just got breaking news. Dan Campbell offered New Orleans three first round picks for Jamal Williams. So
Nice.
I could see that happen. So I know, I know you guys thought I was just being salty on Dan Campbell because I'm a DeAndre Swift guy, and I am a DeAndre Swift guy, but it's the same thing again this year, and the literal fact that they traded down to draft the same player and not take either Bijan or Jalen Carter just blows my fucking mind. I can't. Horrible coaching. Horrible. I get it. They're so excited. They beat the Packers in Week 17. All right, take your victory lap, Lions. Idiots. Fucking idiots. I picked them to go to the wild card. I'm ashamed of myself because Green Bay.
They did knock them out of the playoffs last year, though. So
Green Bay's going to be in the wild card.
Aaron Rodgers cry a little bit.
I wouldn't be surprised now if Green Bay wins this division.
You know what? Here's a surprise dunk on right now in the Saints offense. I know people are going to watch this and they're going to see it, but can we not run Taysom Hill ever, please? Like, it's so aggravating when you have Derek Carr sitting over there and you got Chris Olave and Michael Thomas, and I'll even throw Shaheed out there, who's actually been really good. Like, what are we doing?
Coaching.
We're just like
coaching
is unbelievable.
Awful. Coaching is awful in the NFL. Coaching is absolutely awful in the NFL. It's either these dudes that are stuck in 1985 or these fucking guys that think they're smarter than everybody because of analytically. I don't want to admit it. You know, one of the best coaches in the NFL is right now? Fucking Mike McDaniel. He is one of the best coaches in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
He gets
you're right.
He figures out how to get players. And even though they're not winning, Kevin O'Connell's a pretty goddamn good, at least offensive play caller. Watching that game on Thursday, I mean, the way he busted Jordan Addison open during the cover 9 scheme. When you do the cover 9 scheme, you kind of like freeze the free safety, and the free safety is supposed to go with the deep route, but they had the one guy come in with the curl. It got the guy all confused. Jordan Addison fucking posted right by him. Big touchdown. Like, and that, it's just like, and cover 9 comes from the Vic Fangio scheme. And by the way, Vic Fangio, one of the best defensive coordinators in the NFL, is also in Miami. So Miami, bared down and said, let's get good coaching and good leadership. And look at how they turned the tide in 2 years. In 2 fucking years. And granted, the Bills kind of did the same thing with Sean McDermott. I don't know, I give him shit, but the Bills did do the same thing with Sean McDermott and Leslie Frazier and stuff like that. But that's a whole different can of worms. So, coaching in the NFL, it's just it's awful. It is awful. And look at it's like that everywhere. Look at what Deion Sanders is doing in college.
With Colorado.
Right. Colorado, I mean, they're not going to win the national championship, but they are putting down teams they shouldn't be putting down. Why? Because he's a leader.
Hyped around him, though. Yeah.
He's a leader. He's leading his men. He's doing the smart things. He's causing pressure. He knows what he's doing. And
and he basically started over from nothing because he fucking told all the players that were already there to leave. They left.
Absolutely. So. Coaching is awful in the NFL. And I'll give, and since I I'm just into coaching lately, I'm gonna give love to Bill Belichick a little bit, because how did Tyreek Hill do yesterday? I know Miami won, but he bottled up Tyreek Hill.
Listen, he's always really good at bottling up Tyreek Hill. He did it last year too. So
Sean McDermott, watch that tape, please. Go watch that tape, please. Because Tyreek Hill still ended up a respectable fantasy, 15 points, but that was from a late touchdown. I mean, that Tyreek Hill 44 points the week before. So coaching just needs an overhaul in the NFL completely. Ugh.
Yeah.
Rough.
Get rid of all these old guys that have been here for 40 years.
But some of them, and some of them,
but some of them are great. It is what it is. But
what about Brandon Staley? He's not old. He's awful.
Yeah, he's terrible.
I
know, you're right. Actually, he's one of the youngest coaches in the league too.
Everyone's
But
trying
yeah.
to be like Sean McVay. Sean McVay, I wouldn't call awful coach, except unless when you're betting against him.
He's awful. He's an awful he's an awful human being.
He's not a friend of the show.
Not friend of the show, Sean McVay. So, well, we got through all our segments, guys.
Honorable mention real quick on Mr. George Kittle. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Just score some fucking points, bro. What is the deal?
Yeah, please. Oh my God.
Talk about an offense that's playing like 1985.
Yeah, no shit.
Like, and they're winning games. Great, but like,
Yeah.
I don't even know. Did Christian McCaffrey even do good in fantasy football this
Yeah, he
week?
scored.
He had like 25 points, I think.
This week, no, he didn't have 25 points. Well, maybe he did because I
Yeah.
did the top.
Yeah.
He had 100 and a touch and a couple of receptions. I mean, McCaffrey did fine,
Yeah.
but fucking Kittle, bro. I mean, score some fucking points, dude.
I
Are
don't-
you even playing football right now?
I don't think Ayuk did anything.
Oh my God.
I think.
He got hurt a little bit, so he was kind of. I think he was kind of being cautious.
I know.
But
I know. Purdy had his 13 points.
Do you know who top 5 tight ends are for fantasy scoring for the 2 weeks? All 2 weeks so far is?
I would assume that number one and two, I'm going to say, are in this order: T.J. Hawkinson and Hunter Henry.
You're close. Just reverse those two.
So Hunter Henry, which
Yeah.
Dave started again.
So who's 3, 4, and 5?
Whew.
Did Evan Ingram crack the top 5?
No,
He's 6.
He's
probably
6.
not.
Yeah.
I want to. Hold on. I actually
Hayden
just saw
Hurst.
this.
No,
he's playing today.
no one's
No.
ever
No.
gonna get 3 and 4.
Donald Parham.
No.
I'm trying to think.
One of them is
I mean-
one of them is a show favorite.
Dawson Knox.
No.
Who's the
I
show?
was gonna say he's probably not up there. Show favorite tight end.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
Michael
Number.
Thomas.
Did Mark
Nope.
Andrews do it off the one game?
No, he's 7. So 5 is Darren Waller.
I was gonna
Okay.
say Waller, but I wasn't sure.
So
Couldn't remember what he did last week.
So 3 is Logan Thomas,
Oh God.
and 4 is Kylan Granson from the Colts.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh.
I was almost gonna throw in there Sam Laporta too. I was gonna throw him in there.
He's number 8.
He didn't do it. Yeah.
But
That's funny.
it's so after Henry and Hawkinson, basically 3 through 9 are around 10 points. Those two are at like 22 for the season. And then after that, it's sub 10.
Well, that can't be 22 for the season, Jay, because T.J. Hawkinson had 25 points this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it can't be for that unless you're looking at like not PPR. But I know T.J. Hawkinson had 25 points this week. But I guarantee you're right. It's T.J. and Hunter Henry. Those guys both had big weeks for 2 weeks. Well, nobody had a big week last week, and then they both had big weeks this week. So because
Henry's got to have 3, right? He had 2 last week and 1 this week.
Yeah.
He had
I think so.
17 points this week, and we consider that big. Like that's the tight end position.
It's looking like Travis Kelce, TJ Hawkinson, or whatever.
Right. I mean, Andrews had a good week his first week back. We hate the guy, but he had 15 points his first week back, right? You got to give him credit there.
Yeah.
Credit where it's due. And then you got Hayden Hurst playing tonight. He could have another big game. He had a big game last week, so sorry, Hayden Hurst, Hunter Henry.
They will only be able to do that one time. I guarantee it.
Hunter, Hayden Hurst, Henry, whatever.
Only one time will they finish 1 and 2.
Right. That's why we had
Yeah.
So guys, are the Bills gonna keep it rolling this week?
I hope so. We got the Commanders this week, so we'll see.
Playing good.
But
Commanders
Playing great defense. That defensive line is nuts.
Oh God.
Chase Young back and what's his name? Montez Sweat.
Yeah.
There was rumors that Chase Young is on the trade block. Bills, do it. Give him everything. Give him Von Miller. I know Von Miller's better right now. I'll take Chase Young moving forward. Like, go ahead, give him 2 first-round picks. This guy has been injured, but he's going to show he's a top 5 pass rusher in the league. And I don't normally like Ohio State players because I think they're a bunch of hype, but this guy is legit. This guy is legit. So give him everything.
Yeah.
So Sam Howell's doing good. No one wants to mention it. We're just going to address the elephant in the room that you guys were all wrong about Bijan Robinson, but we're just going to leave it there. Dave won't trade. Dave hates him so much he won't.
Here we go, putting words in our mouth again, dude. Nobody said he was going to be bad.
That's okay.
We just didn't trust him as a rookie.
You didn't trust him, and you took Ramondre Stevenson ahead of him. Great. Good job, guys. Great. And this is everybody, not just you guys.
First of all, that did not happen.
That did not happen.
Do you want me to go back in our rankings when you guys had him down at like 12?
Oh, the rankings.
General, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I thought you meant in actual drafts. So like Bijan definitely did not make it outside of the second round. Dude, it's a long season, bro. It's a long season.
He's killing it right now.
Trade me something good. Send me a good trade.
I'm not my team's doing good even though you beat me. Well, not yet. You didn't beat me yet. We'll see. But you probably beat me. But that's because
Dave and I going at it right now. We got a little match.
That's right. So, I don't want to talk too much about the game on television because nobody cares. So, does anybody got a song suggestion of the week?
Kiss.
I think
because you're wearing the shirt.
Kiss. You want to do some kissing?
There it is.
Yeah.
Kiss in a while. You can do a little kiss. A kiss. We are gonna play. We're going to play from Kiss, Mr. Kiss over here. We've done one Kiss song on the podcast. We did Heart of Chrome off of Revenge. So,
fucking Love Gun.
Love Gun? You want to do Love Gun? We'll do Love Gun. Sure. Kiss, Love Gun.
I like it.
We'll do it. All right. Since Dave
said
we're going to do Kiss, Love Gun. Actually, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to plug in, instead of Kiss, Love Gun, I'm going to do Paul Stanley's solo live cut of Love Gun because, like, I'm a big nerd and I think that's the best cut ever.
Let's go.
Song of the week is Paul Stanley's live solo cut.
There we go.
Love Gun. So, all right, Jay, thank you for joining us on one of your many anniversaries with the wife. Give a shout out to her.
Nice.
Thanks.
Love and go console her when apparently you think her Pittsburgh Steelers are going to get a beat tonight. So
I hope so because I want to beat your brother. So
yeah, but then you're going to sleep on the couch when she hears this episode.
Whatever. I'll be undefeated for the second week in a row.
Definitely sleeping on the couch. Grab your pillow, bro.
There we go.
What? Happy anniversary, babe. Don't listen to the episode. Cut it out in about an hour.
Yeah, just skip this episode.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, listen to it up until the end.
Well, thank you for joining us, Adam. Thank you for joining us via satellite from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Happy to be here, boys.
And get your setup soon. You're flexing this big.
I'm working on it.
So we're waiting.
No, I gotta get it. I'm getting it. Don't worry, it's coming. It's just gotta, you can't rush perfection.
Dave. Oh, Dave's hormones kicked in again. Dave hit puberty. Everybody.
Been a pleasure, boys. Just one last time before I throw this thing out because it smells like dust and horribleness, and I put it on my face long enough. Well, that's what she said.
Nice.
Oh! All right, Dave, give a shout out to the podcast.
Yeah, guys, if you haven't checked out the Let's Talk Nerdy podcast, please jump over and check it out. We just hit 500 subs, which is super, super fun.
New milestone.
Milestone. We are going to be doing a little live thing. So yeah, if you haven't checked it out, check it out. Really appreciate it.
A live thing that might be crossover with the Fantasy Football Bros. If all goes well.
It's gonna be sick. I started making everything last night. It's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get crazy.
Let's go. All right. Well, you guys heard it. You heard the song of the week is Love Gun by Kiss, but it's Paul Stanley's solo version. So let's have a better week. Go Bills. Like, comment, subscribe. Find us on TikTok. We're starting to make some waves on TikTok. And I want you guys to look for us there because we're doing a lot of fun content over there. So thank you guys for checking it out. And until then, we'll see you next time. Peace.
See you guys.
Later, guys.
Later, boys.
You are now listening to the Fantasy Football Bros Podcast.